So good morning, welcome. So again, just to recap, last week we spoke about intention, attention, silence, and stillness. And I would like us to keep those four foundations in mind as we explore our meditation practice today. And I'd like us to begin with a quote. There is neither past nor future. There is only the present. There is neither past nor future. There is only the present. And this quote is by Sri Ramana Maharshi. At first glance, the quote might sound like many quotes we've heard about the past and about living in the now. But when we really examine it a bit deeper, we begin to realize that it holds a great amount of truth. There is neither past nor future, so meaning the past is gone and the future is not yet here. There is only the present. There is a level of uncertainty that may arise when we stay with that thought of there is only now. What about tomorrow? What about later today? If we ground into that consideration of staying in the present moment, then yes, we can continue to plan towards the future, of course. Yes, we can continue to create and have goals and have ideas and dreams of where we would like our lives to go, or where we would like our, the way we would like our lives to unfold. But there is a great sense of truth and stability and an opportunity to ground in reality when we come to recognize that there is only the present moment. So for example, today, notice what you may have planned to do. And you may recall days when you have a plan and the plans change, right? The future can shift quickly. And so when we ground in the present moment, but more importantly, when we ground within ourselves, because that is the invitation that we will explore in today's class, there is a sense of consistent, stable groundedness, a sense of connection and belonging with the universe, even in the passing of time and space. That I can ground within my own being and recognize the rising of thoughts and emotions, the shifting of situations and circumstances and people, and still find the center. When I began meditating when I was young, I had a teacher mentioned once, meditation means to return to your center. And all these years, that stays with me. It means to return to you, to return to the center of belonging. Another quote that I find very powerful by Sri Ramana Maharshi is, all that is required to realize the self is to be still. All that is required to realize the self is to be still. And by the self, he means what we've been talking about here, of the seer, the observer, the true self, the core self, the higher self, the soul. When my mind is quiet and my body is calm, I am able to perceive what is truly here, the now. So often we escape our lives through our thoughts. We run backwards into the past, and we run forward into the future, escaping what is here right now. And so my invitation today is, if we bring the foundations that we spoke about last week, intention, attention, stillness, and silence, not only to our meditation practice, but also into our daily lives. If I can bring a sense of intention, what am I wanting out of this present moment? Where am I wanting to go today? How am I wanting to show up to this present moment, to life? Intention, I find, is key. One invitation that I would invite you to consider for this week is to intend for happiness, intend for joy. Can I find joy even in the moments of stress or anxiety, or in the runarounds of daily errands in life? How can I cultivate a state of consciousness, a state of joy, and deepen my consciousness within what joy means to me? And joy can include a sense of gratitude, a sense of admiration for the beauty that is around us, listening to a very good song, something that makes you laugh, or something that keeps you opened and in a state of what I call consistent, stable tenderness. A state of consistent, stable tenderness towards myself and towards life. Intention is key. If when thoughts arise, for example, I allow my attention to focus on the past or on future worries, again, I escape the power of the present moment. So very gently, keep coming back. Instead of judging, instead of pointing fingers towards yourself, simply and kindly bring yourself back. One powerful way of doing that is with a favorite meal that you may have. I had one of my favorite meals this morning. I talk a lot about food. I know. I'm a foodie. Can't help it. In the early morning, I prepared myself some toast, and I always tend to cut it in half because I know myself. The first one, I'm eating it too quickly. I'm too happy that I'm eating it. I'm too without sounding judgmental. I know myself, and I know the rhythm in which I enter a moment that I am joyful about. And so by the time I get to the second piece, I've slowed down and I begin to stay with the moment and with the smells and with the taste and with my surroundings. And I take pleasure in that moment. Whether it's a tiny little piece or a big piece, it's not about that. It's, can I be with life right now? And same thing with unpleasant moments. Can I stay with a moment that brings me anxiety or fear? And can I ease into it? Can I soothe my emotions in some way? Awareness is key. You may catch yourself moving very forward or quickly through time. Sometimes we fall into a rhythm where anxiety may come in, or fear may come in, or worry, or anger, whatever emotion may arise that might not feel pleasant. And we may become so attached to the experience or to the moment that we think we are that. And so it's important to step back the moment you catch that, to step back and say, okay, this is not me. I am not an emotion of anxiety. I am not an emotion of anger. I am not an emotion of grief. I am the space that holds all emotions and allows them to arise and to appear and to disappear. I am the state that holds all of it. And that remembrance can bring us back to the centering within the self in the present moment. And one more quote from Sri Ramana Maharshi. You can only stop the flow of thoughts by refusing to have any interest in it. You can only stop the flow of thoughts by refusing to have any interest in it. What does he mean by that? Or my interpretation of what he means by that. When I lose interest in the story, then I am no longer part of the story. I want to live in the now, right? So if I want to arrive to life as myself in her wholeness, then I must know who I am in every moment and recognize the passing of thoughts as thoughts, the passing of emotions as emotions. And so to give you an example, when I mentioned for homework to explore having an intention of joy, it is an experience of joy that I am seeking, but I am not the joy. I am the experiencer of the joy. The self is a state of peace and presence. And so can I stop the flow of thoughts? Yes. By observing the spaces between the thoughts, by observing around the thoughts, by allowing with practice for the mind and the body to become still and quiet. And as you cultivate a sense of stillness and silence, you begin to recognize that you are not just your thoughts, that you are more than that. So in today's practice, we're going to start meditating pretty early in our session today. I would like us to explore sitting with grace, sitting with the universe. There is an old story about the Buddha. The final day when he was about to reach enlightenment, he is tempted. And so think of any temptation that may arise to a person. All of them came. And as he sat down in complete stillness and presence, he said out loud, "I see you, Mara." And Mara is, according to the mythology, the god of illusion, the devil, put it that way. And it's the Lord of illusion. And so he said, "I see you, Mara. I see what you're trying to do." And instead of fighting it, he said, "I see you, Mara. Let's have tea." So he invited the Lord of illusion to sit in front of him to have tea. And so when I heard that story the first time, I thought, how profound to not fight against your own thoughts, the illusions of the mind or emotions or the passing of temptations, whatever those might be, whatever you define those to be. And to recognize the true self and choose to stay with the true self. And so can I sit and observe my thoughts without judgment? Invite them for tea. Can I sit with my emotions, my anxiety, my fear, my depression or anxieties or stress, whatever the emotions might be? Can I sit with them and not fight? Instead, invite. Instead, allow that energy to belong and to feel connected and to find peace with you, right? So we're going to practice that intention today with our sitting with the universe. Can I sit with life as it is right now? Right? So just consider whatever state of awareness you're in today, whatever the life might look like, the desires, the hopes, the dreams, the disappointments. Can we sit with those with kindness, with a sense of cultivating that consistent, stable tenderness within ourselves and towards whatever arises, whatever comes our way? The power is always in the now. There is neither past nor future. It only exists in our thoughts. There is only now. Can I arrive in this moment and ground in it? And allow life to flow through me and in front of me and lead me to where I need to go. So we will explore that today. And in that sitting with the universe, to invite grace. Whatever the goodness is in the universe, that you can call it upon your own heart and allow it to sit with us here. I often love the imagery, which is why I provide in our meditations a lot of just sitting in front of the ocean and watching the sunrise or watching the sunset and inviting the understanding of what that truly means. A sunrise, a new day, every day a new day. No sense of history. A clean slate, as much as we allow it to be. And the sunset, a gentle letting go of the day. Like the way a leaf falls from a tree. If you've ever really noticed the way a leaf falls from a tree, how it changes color, how it takes time to separate from the tree. And yet it doesn't really separate. It goes back to the ground, deteriorates, and feeds the tree. So there is no real sense of separation. All things always belong. So let's invite life to sit with us today. And we'll begin our meditation practice by finding a comfortable position. And so first settle in that position, whatever that might be. So first we allow the body to be. As we enter into meditation, we become aware of our breath, of our body as it sits or lays. And we let go without efforting. We surrender to our seat or to the surface on which we lay. We surrender to the space around us, allowing the body to be soothed and calm right where it is, as it is. And we bring awareness to the gentle coming in and out of the breath. And we notice the exhale and allow it to become even more relaxed, to find ease. We notice the feet, and we allow ourselves to feel grounded at the soles of our feet. We bring our awareness to our legs and our hips. And we allow ourselves to ground into the body gently, feeling the presence of our body as we breathe. Noticing the rise and fall of the breath in the belly, the deepening of the exhale. We observe any noises that might be around us or sounds. And without judgment, simply allowing them to arise, to appear, and to disappear. Noticing the inhale and the exhale as it travels through the body, the way it enters through the nose and the way it exhales. And we notice our body and encounter spaces of calm within it. Noticing any areas of tension or holding, and inviting those areas with the exhale to let go and relax, to surrender, to find peace. Relax our shoulders and the arms, hands, and fingers, allowing the chest to feel comfortable, open, calm. Noticing the neck and throat relaxed, and the muscles of the face and jaw relaxed. Allowing the eyes and the forehead and the whole head to let go and relax. Noticing the whole body calm and still. Noticing the spaces between the inhales and the exhales. Noticing the space between the body and the surfaces it touches, the clothing, the chair or the bed. Noticing the silence between sounds. And sensing yourself held in the space. As if you could let go even more as you sense the depth of space between the sounds, between the surfaces that your body touches, and between the thoughts. noticing space. Noticing the deepening of the exhale, letting go. And beginning to sense a light, as if you could inhale this light, drawing it to you. The light of grace, the light of peace, the light of the universal intelligence and love that surrounds you. And feel yourself breathing in that light, drawing it into the core of your being, as if the very core of your being was made by light. Sensing light as life flowing through you. Feeling a deep sense of openness and deep calm as you allow yourself to surrender to this light. Sensing the light bathing you and relaxing you even further as it does. A calming, protective light. Sensing it coming through the crown of the head and all the way around the back of the body, down the neck and shoulders, down the back, down the arms, hands, and fingers, all the way down the hips, into the legs and feet. Sensing the light through the front of the body, completely enveloping the face, the neck and shoulders, the chest, all the way down the belly, down the hips, down the legs, down the ankles, feet, and toes. And sensing now the ground underneath your feet, the ground underneath you. And sensing this light as if it was flowing through you, coming all the way down into the ground. Sensing the light spread through the grass, through the rocks and the earth. Sensing it spread through your neighborhood, all the way deep into the city, into the state and the country, letting this light spread through everything it touches. Sensing it spread through the earth, across all continents. Sensing the light in the depth of the ocean and in the highest mountain peaks. The whole entire earth filled with light. And sense the core of the earth. Sense yourself connected to the core of the earth. Sensing the light within you as it flows through the center of the earth. Sensing a deep sense of belonging and connection to life, to the now. And sense now this light spread through the universe, through the stars and the galaxies, through all the planets. As if your light was shining like the sun, spreading through everything it touches. this light, this peace, this calm. And now sensing the light like the breath coming back inward, bringing the light back from all around the universe into the center of the earth, all the way from the country to the state to the city and back to your feet, and all the way through the core of the being into the heart. And see this light shining right at the center of the heart. And now sense in front of you your highest, wisest self, as if you were sitting in front of grace, in front of the divine intelligence in the universe, your higher, wiser self, the greater being, the great mystery. And sense the light within this energy. As if you could sense the center of the universe connecting with you. As if you could sense the center of the earth connecting with you. Feeling that light within you spread through the inhale and exhale all across your being. And sense the wisdom of this light. Notice its stillness and silence. Allowing the light to surround you, to hold you, and notice at the center of your being a gentle sense of peace, tenderness, calm. And stay present with this part of your being as you sit now in front of the universe, as if you were sitting right at the edge of the earth. As if you could see all the stars and planets, the whole of the earth. Sensing the light within you and within all that surrounds you. And noticing the spaces of silence. And surrendering to that silence now. Sensing yourself held by the light, surrendering to the light. Allowing the attention to rest in the silence, in the stillness. And beginning to bring awareness to the body as it sits or lays right now. Bringing forth movement back into the body gently. Sensing the toes or fingertips. Sensing the breath. And the quiet that is here now. And gently beginning to return completely into this present moment. Noticing the part of you observing you breathe. Observing you return into your body, aware and present, alive. And gently beginning to open the eyes, returning fully present into the now moment. And when you're ready, coming back into the room or into the place where you are. Coming fully back, returning. And if you like, take some time now to write down what your experience was like, and we will open it up to share. Um, I invite you to share with our class whatever you experienced, whatever you encounter. Know that your face won't come out in the video, right? But any questions or comments about your experience are welcomed, as we are a small group this morning. Thank you. So when you're ready, just unmuting yourself or raising your hand, whatever feels most comfortable. And as we gently return into the present moment, noticing what arises, appears and disappears, how the experience has shifted into coming back into the now, and how can I let go of whatever my thoughts are about this present moment and allow it to arise new, without any expectation, simply allowing life to be here. And Cece, do you have a question or a comment?
Yes.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's so amazing. Every week that you're going to speak about a specific topic is what's going on with me on that week.
Oh, wow, I love that synchronicity.
It's amazing. It is amazing. I have goosebumps because it's every week the same thing.
Wow.
And yesterday, it was the most powerful because I woke up and I always go to the future, I go to the past, and then I come back to the present. So I woke up and I started going to the future. Then I started going to the past and I said, stop. Stop, because yes, it's important. But right now, you're going to focus the energy on the now. Because if not, you start, if it's a little bit, it's great. But when you're focused too much, the thought and the energy, I feel tired, exhausted, lost, anxious. And I said, this is not the time. So I cut it off. I literally said, cut it off. and I cut it off out of my mind, and I was fully present, and then I was able to enjoy more the present. And that's what you're talking about. And it's fantastic. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for sharing. And so you notice the tendency to skip what's going on now, to want to go back to the past and resolve it and fix it and make things better or try to understand them. And I'm not saying that it's not, and thank you for sharing, Cece.
Thank you.
It's not to say that it's not of benefit to evaluate our lives or to evaluate situations or to go back and analyze or understand or to prepare for the future. Not at all. The issue comes in when most of your life is about living in the past or living in the future. Then you will miss out on what's going on right now. I mean, pretty simple as that. If I want to fully enjoy my toast in the morning, I can't be thinking about like, oh, I have to make sure I dry the clothing, let's say, or because that's a future event. I can't be thinking about what I ate last night or what occurred yesterday or days prior. I gotta stick to the now, be here.
Yes. And to add it up is yesterday when I was walking in the park with my partner. So I told him out of the blue on the walk, and I said, you know what? I think I am already living in the future energetically. And maybe that's why I'm not enjoying so fully the now, because I already feel the change and I already feel I am there, but I'm not there yet. Energetically, yes, but my body is not. Consciously, I'm here. And I said I need to accept the fact that I'm here, think that I already have this feeling and I understand that I'm there and I know more or less what's going to happen somehow. But I need to live on the now because I'm missing the now.
I love
Fully.
that.
Of course, I'm here, but I mean fully with all the excitement you can, like every single detail, and you miss the details because your mind is not fully here.
Correct. Oh, thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Thank you.
It got me thinking what you said right now about where intention and attention goes is where energy follows. And I'm sure we've heard this quote many times, not sure where it comes from, but there's great truth in that. Where my intention goes, I will place my energy. Where my attention goes, I'm placing my thought energy, my emotional energy towards. And so how do you want to spend your day? So imagine if in the early morning, let's say, you had a certain amount of energy to begin your day with, right? When you were talking about feeling tired, Cece, for example. If I have a certain amount of energy, let's say, at the very beginning of the day, and I start putting my energy in, I'm worried about work, or I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about that, then you have your energy being spended this way. If I start thinking about the past, the partner, let's say, oh, I can't believe he did that, or the children did this, or, the cat did this. And so the energy starts kind of going to different places. That's your energy. That's your thoughts. That's your feelings being spent in that way. How do you want to spend your life? That truly is what it boils down to. And this morning when I was preparing for class and what I wanted to talk about, the message that coming in very clear is to keep it simple. And so I don't want to complicate meditation or the meditation instructions. It's pretty simple. Let me be present with what is going on right now, how I'm breathing, how my body is doing, what thoughts are arising, what sounds are around me, and allow life to flow through me like we did in our meditation today with the light, allowing it to penetrate everything, to surround everything, and then to let go and to just observe, to settle down in the present moment, to settle down in the present moment. Whether it's an unpleasant situation or a pleasant situation or a neutral situation, Can I allow myself to settle and find peace and enjoy my life right now? That's the whole point of this work. It's to live. To, when I am enjoying my toast, really enjoy my toast. So that by the time it's done, I'm like, it was worth the calories, speaking Anna Maria style, right? It was worth the calories, to be with a friend or a family member and really show up for them. To not be thinking about what you're going to say next or something they did in the past, but to be in a state of consistent, stable tenderness, as I was mentioning earlier. To show up for them with kindness, to show up for myself with kindness, for the purpose of enjoying the presence of that self, myself, and the presence of the person. At the beginning of our session today, I began with a quote from Sri Ramana Maharshi of, there is neither past nor future, there is only the present moment. And those of you that have taken classes with me know that I often say this in class. How do you know you have tomorrow? How do you know you have one more day? You don't know that. We assume that. We hope that that is the case, but you don't know that. Not for sure. Not certain. There's no piece of paper showing you that. You can be an intuitive, as most of us are, and feel, oh, no, I have another day, Anna Maria. Yeah, but you really don't know for sure. And so it really brings an immediacy to the awareness of living now. And by living now, I don't mean, oh, I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to use all my money and I'm going to take a trip to Hawaii and enjoy it. I've had students tell me that. Do you mean that we just like live now and don't plan for the future? Of course not. That's not what we're saying here. But what we're saying is, can I show up to work tomorrow with more kindness and more presence and more peace for myself and for others? Can I, when I encounter someone being annoyed or stressed out, as these are very stressful times, we're going through a pandemic, can I not take it personally? Can I allow this person to have one bad moment? I had a person the other day deliver something to me, and the poor thing, she didn't have the gate code, and so she had to go back, and it was raining, and by the time she got here, she just went like, here. And I just thought, poor thing. So, she wasn't going to accept my kindness in that moment, but I still, gave it. Because at that moment she was too annoyed to accept any sort of kindness, as rightfully she had to be. But that's not who that person is. I'm sure at some moment she's like a really cool person and relaxed. And even if they're not, to not assume that we encounter people as they truly are. If people are not their thoughts and their emotions, then what are they really? What are we really? We are that light, the grace, the space that holds all of it. I invite you to notice that more in life. Notice the true nature of beings, of things, of moments. Can we show up to life with more kindness and tenderness this week? Choose perhaps the imagery of our meditation today of sitting with the universe. May I, like the Buddha, sit in the now and notice the changing of life in front of me and hold it with kindness without judgment. As he said at the beginning of the session, I see you, Mara, let's have tea. To the lady that was delivering that package for me, I see you, let's have tea. socially distant tea, right? Um, so how can I make this day, this one day of life that could be my last for all I know? We really don't know. Can I make it be the best day that it could possibly be? You have the power to do that. You always do. Regardless of what life throws at you, make lemonade. Then sit with life and tell her, have some. Right? So I welcome all your questions in our future classes. So I am going to end on time today. And I thank you, Cece, for sharing. Always. Very appreciated. And so I leave you with, for this week, let's practice this state of awareness of if there is no past and there is no future, can I be with my life right now as I plan forward, as I look ahead? The imagery that I like to leave you with is sitting in front of nature or of the ocean, watching the sunrise. It is a new day, a new opportunity that you get to see your life in a different way. If I started the next moment, the next hour, as if it was a brand new moment, who would I be? How would I show up to life? Allow more of the true self to arise. I send you all my love and light. And it is truly a pleasure for me to be in the presence of all of you, to be able to do this work. Thank you. And have a beautiful, magical week. In honor of Katrina.
Yes, have a magical week, everyone. Lots
Thank
of
you.
love.
Thank you.
Katrina, blessings,
Bye.
y'all. Bye.
Blessings.
Thank you.